Alright, so apparently we are live, guys. Hello and welcome to week 2 of Oceanic Champion Series. And I'm joined by Lucifer this week. I think we were both out last week, but we're here this week and we're quite excited.
We certainly are. We have some pretty cool games for you guys today. Be lots of fun. Hopefully we should be starting soon.
Alright, so apparently we are live, guys. Hello and welcome. Alright, so we're just, I believe, we'll be waiting on the lobby to set up. You've got more knowledge, I think, of this than I do at the moment, but it's going to be Guardian Angels versus Requiem, and we're just literally waiting for everything to gear up and get started, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, still just in lobby. Give me one sec. So, I'm really interested to see if there's going to be any, like, LCS kind of strats being brought out. For those that have been watching LCS, it's been really, really cool. NA just started today. Yeah, sorry about the echo, guys. Yeah, so, and then we saw, like, the Yasuo Trundle Xin Zhao combo, pretty freaking awesome. So, new strats all being brought out, be cool to see something else, like, we hadn't thought of coming as well. So we are in Champ Select.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Sorry about that. Alright, today Rank is the one that's watching off stream, so don't mind him. He has like a 15-second delay, so I'll be taking over. Talking about Champ Select. 9 seconds to go, still no bans coming out from Requiem yet. Hopefully they don't lose their first ban. Alright, our first ban coming out is Evelyn. Very, very strong ban there. We see with the vision lack of control, pink wards not being readily available, and oracles. Evelyn's ganks are really, really scary. You don't get to upgrade your vision trinket until level 9. So you have about 9 levels worth of not being able to have a free pink ward. It's a lot of money to be spending on just trying to keep that pink ward control. Another ban coming out from the blue side is Cassidon. Huge roaming potential, massive assassin. Overall, really, really strong ban. Dr. Mundo also coming out from Requiem there. Really, really, really strong jungler and top lane at the moment. Has been hit a little bit by Spirit Visage nerf. It was only a 10% nerf to Spirit Visage cooldown, so still getting all that regen, but you do notice a little bit from the cooldown. Shyvana being taken out by Guardian Angels. She also has been nerfed in this patch. Her burnout and her flame breath being reduced a little bit, hopefully scaling down a little bit more. And our last ban coming out from Requiem is Nasus. I'm pretty sure we've all been against Nasus, and we can understand why that ban has come out. Despite the nerf to Wither range and Fury the Sands, he's still a top contender for that top lane bully.
Yeah, I mean, you see him a lot more so in solo queue than you do in the States. The teams, when you're playing in sort of a higher level team competition, you know, he's much less of an issue, and as such, you know, this is obviously being in the lower level queues. There's not as much team pressure onto him and team control, so he becomes a bit more of an issue. So obviously, just not wanting to deal with that one today.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick note that Guardian Angel did lose a ban because they didn't ban quick enough, so they've only got the double ban on that side. Our first pickup is Annie, favorite for support despite the stun duration nerf being reduced to 1.25 instead of 1.75 seconds. She's still a huge burst mage support, so really, really bringing out that fear in the bot lane, and also a popular counter to Thresh, which is also another common support that we see.
Champion's like still going on. I can't actually see the timer or anything on my stream, so leaving things a little bit late today. They're sort of pushing things deep into the pick phase, making sure that they're happy with their picks is what I can see so far from the stream, but I don't know, I'm keen. I'm keen for some more picks.
We do have a dodge, unfortunately. Zeal dropping out there. Hopefully we can fix the game. Okay, apparently it was a glitch and they have to remake. Sorry about that, guys. We can get this all back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, obviously when issues come down like these, you just need to remake, get everything going again. So it'll only be a short time before we're back into that one. But some interesting picks, some interesting bands coming out straight away. Guardian Angel's missing a band. You feel that was a lag out, or it was meant to be like that? Because there are a few teams and a few games I've seen like that now.
I think it might have just been they didn't realize that they were first banned or something. I'm not 100% sure. They haven't been struck from anything, so they shouldn't be penalized for it. But hopefully we'll get that back soon. I'm not sure if we're going to put the music back on while we just wait. You hear back from Zenite.
In the meantime, I don't know, what picks are you guys excited to see in the chat today? I know there's been, and I've actually experimented myself with this one today. A little bit of top lane Warwick, support Cannon was another one. Support Galio definitely came out by, I can't remember who was actually playing that support Galio, but it worked for them, and it worked in a specific way that they were looking at. You guys looking to see some interesting picks today in our games?
Definitely. I do. That support Galio is actually really interesting. He works in the way as he has that speed boost, he's got the slow, and he's got that really nice, not so much a shield, but a resistance buff that also heals him as well. And of course, the AoE lockdown with his ultimate. So in that aspect, it works really well. He is very mana hungry, and his cooldowns are at a decent length where you can't just keep spamming them anyway. I mean, you can spam his Q, where is he? No. But, of course, it's kind of countered by the fact that it's at such a huge cost to his mana pool. So, might see him, might not. I do like the cannon as far as that stun is really nice. But I don't know. I don't think it went too well for Edward in the LCS, so hopefully don't see that it will come out. He was a good AD when he had the longer auto attack range, but now it's just a bit funny.
Something else we've been seeing as soon as he became available was the instant focus onto the Yasuo bans and Yasuo picks. I mean, Cloud9 were playing it today. Hai was playing that one. He was just so big and so unstoppable. But is there anything else that you've really seen that's become dominating over this last patch?
Well, apart from the top lane bruises with the Sunfire, Spirit Visage, Rush, and just forever clearing waves so easily with that Sunfire, you're always, at the moment, you're seeing the dominant bans. You've got your Shyvana ban, you've got your Mundo, you've got your Nasus. Kha'Zix is in such a good place right now as well, especially once again with the lack of vision control for his stealth, and just doing so well with scaling as far as Hydra is concerned, because he gets so much burst damage and also helps with his resets. So Kha'Zix I'm seeing as another ban. Yeah, who else do you think deserves bans because they're too strong right now?
I still think, and something that a lot of the teams are still focusing on actually, is the Kassadin ban. And I'm trying to remember who it was that picked it up, because it might have been Vulcan, old Vulcan, XDGG, or whatever they call themselves now. But I think they picked it up in one of their games just because it was open and didn't do anything with it, or it might have been Dignitas or Evil Geniuses. I'm not quite 100% sure. I haven't seen all the games. But Kassadin's still really strong. I was just playing a couple of games earlier, and it wasn't one of our bans, and it wasn't banned out of everything, and we just got absolutely stomped by the one champion. So certainly a strong champion. Um, for me, though, really depends how your top lane wicket goes. It can be strong. From what I've seen, from what I was playing earlier, it can be strong. It can also be very weak if it's not played correctly. But also, Riven's changes make her a lot more interesting. The scaling now on her, she's not so much of an early lane bully and scales quite well as well. So I'm certainly keen to see what picks we get with this patch only being a couple of days old, and I haven't sort of seen a lot of the higher level action quite so far yet.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Here, 1 sec, let me just grab it. We're almost ready, guys. They're just sorting out positioning. Alright, as far as new patch is concerned as well, they've also changed the jungler items. So you don't get like a passive regen to your health and your mana. You must kill those creeps to get your health and mana back. So Spirit Stone doesn't give them anymore. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to affect junglers, how you've got your gank heavy junglers and you've got your farming junglers, and it's like going to be interesting to see how it's going to impact the ones that are more gank heavy. Do you think that maybe they're going to lose out more gold because they're not farming and they're not regenning as much health as they should, like as they would have been? Or do you think it's not going to be too much of a difference?
Well, it's certainly focused more onto towards clearing creep. So long as you're doing, I'm just double checking here, and I'm reading the damage. Nope, it's not changed. No, there it is. Against monsters, deal 30% bonus damage, restore 8 monsters only. So you're not getting it for going into a lane and just clearing the minions. Otherwise, we'd obviously be starting to see these items in lane. So they've kept it as monsters. So you have to be clearing monsters. You showing up in a lane means you're not getting any regeneration, obviously. But I don't know, it's interesting because it's certainly a big change. I've only really played it on Kha'Zix at the moment. I'm not much of one. I prefer to lane rather than jungle. I'm not great jungler, and I just don't enjoy playing it in general. So I haven't had enough time to play around with them yet and feel the changes. But from what I saw, Kha'Zix sort of felt a little bit less sustained, just a little bit, I guess. But overall, I'm not sure. That's the only jungler I've played, so I haven't really gotten a feel for them myself.
Well, that's fair enough. I guess time will tell. We'll have people that will theory craft that one for us, and over the coming weeks, we'll definitely be able to find the answers out to that one. Alright, so we are now, sorry for the delay, guys, we are now back into Champion Select. Hopefully there'll be the quick bans coming out so we can get back into actually selecting the champions that are going to be played. So, Cassidy coming out. Evelyn.
So, are we getting a whole champion pick ban reset? An entire reset rather than just a remake up to that point?
No, they're doing the same bans, so they should be picking the same champions as well.
Okay.
Yep, so Cassidy, Shyvana, Evelyn, Mundo. I'm not sure if Guardian Angel are going to get their third ban, or they're just going to time out. No, they do get their third ban. Their third ban is Yasuo. Yasuo, so we're not going to be able to see that one in this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I was just checking him out actually in the way he felt and things, but obviously he's strong and pick ban contended. He's one of those high level picks and bans at the moment. So interested to see how that plays out. Whether we do see it dropped from the ban list and picked up, or dropped from the ban list and not even touched at all, will be something worth watching over the course of our best of 3 today.
Yeah, no, I personally would like to see him play because I really like where he is right now, and he has such an interesting kit that it'd be really cool to see the little niches that people are bringing out. They're figuring out how to play him and such. So once again, Guardian Angel picking up that Annie. RQM, we do have Renekton and Zac being hovered over. Interesting combo. Oh, no, Zach changed to Olaf. Neither have locked in yet, so I can't really start saying anything yet. Yep, alright, so we do have that Olaf locked in. Renekton's still being hovered over. Yep, alright, so we do see Requiem locking in that Renekton and Olaf, two very, very strong bruiser champions, and both scary in their own rights. Blue side have got that Orianna, so Annie Orianna combo with maybe a Nocturne being hovered over as well. So Annie comboed with the Nocturne Paranoia with the Tibbers stun. Whoop, I might be talking too soon, but anyway, Annie Tibbers stun comboed with the Dissonance Shockwave from Orianna is just so much damage. There's so much lockdown displacement. It's going to really, really stuff up the backline if Guardian Angel can get to them. So they have locked in that Nocturne. So we'll probably be seeing a Paranoia gank into either a Shockwave Dissonance combo, or we could be seeing the Paranoia into the Tibbers stun. Either way, Requiem are going to have to be really careful about how they play against that, because it's very, very scary.
And it's interesting to note, actually, I get the feeling that this Orianna could have been potentially picked up to take it away from Requiem. They've played it in the past, went back when they were operating under the name Dua Esports, and I've seen them play it a couple of times. So this could be a pick away by Guardian Angels, or it could be just picking up for their own composition. So don't rule that out as a counter pick to take it away from the mid laner of Requiem.
Yeah, quite possibly. On Requiem's side, we do see the Gragas and the Lucian locked in as well. Ooh, might have called the cannon picked. He is being hovered over on Guardian Angel, quite possibly to take into that top lane against Renekton. We do see a couple of matchups where Kennen and Renekton are concerned. What are your thoughts on that lane matchup?
Alright, so you mentioned it earlier. I was hoping that it was going to be a Kennen support, but we've already got Annie in the game. But Renekton, Kennen can go either way. It depends how much poke and how much harass Kennen can get down very early on before Renekton's sustain sort of starts building up a little bit. From my experience, that's, a silver level experience, so I haven't got, probably the higher level understanding of that lane. But from what I've felt, it's one of those lanes that really can go over either way, but it certainly provides a little bit more farming opportunity for the Kennen.
It does, yeah, that range.
Please stay on that donger.
No, unfortunately, we do have the Jinx locked in. Jinx Annie combo, really, really strong, as we all know. I mean, I can't even say anything because, it could be something fun like an Orianna Jinx combo, or, Annie AD with Orianna support. Hell yeah. But, no, I think it's quite safe to say that we will see the Jinx and Annie bot lane very, very scary, especially with the stun combo into Chompers. Plenty of lockdowns followed up by Zap. Lots and lots of damage. Alright, and our last pick up for Requiem is that Morgana. Really, really solid counter to Annie with that black shield. Does have a long cooldown, so Annie can kind of bait it out a little bit, but the bind black shield with the culling combination coming out from Lucian is going to do so much work if they can't dodge those bindings. What do you think? Who do you think has the stronger laning phase out of that bot lane?
It'll be interesting to see how the Black Shield's used. Obviously, it has a fairly long cooldown, but obviously with the nerfs to Annie's stun, certainly a really strong laning phase to come out from Lucian and Jinx and Annie. Not sure about the Morgana. I've played with it rarely. I think once or twice in the last month, and that's about it. So I don't have a thorough understanding of it in this lane specifically. So I'm going to have to leave that one all up to you.
Yeah. I also like it coming out because of that because of the Nocturne ganks as well, it should mitigate Unspeakable Horror Fear because it's an ability in a CC. So even if Nocturne ults in, Morgana can put that black shield on Lucian or on herself, depending on who is the focus to that gank, and just completely walk out of there, like, fine. It also helps against the stun with Kennen, and it helps against Orianna. So I feel Morgana is pretty much, just looking at everyone, is like an optimal pick for a support, just purely because that black shield just works on works on everyone. So I really like that. On the other side of things, though, if you were to look at Guardian Angel's picks against Requiem, you have that AoE stun coming out from Kennen, and Black Shield cannot save everyone. There is one person it will save, and it's that person that she puts it on. The only other person that has anything to get out of it is Ragnarok coming out of Olaf. So he can essentially get a 3-man stun on their team. Nocturne also has a shield, so when he's ganking, he can just mitigate the black binding with that Shroud of Darkness and just continue on pursuing that bot lane or the top lane or wherever. Orianna, another shield coming out on a selected target. Also, if you put it onto Nocturne, can jump into the back line and just ult everyone. Annie, scary stun, we all know what that's like. And of course, Jinx as well, doing so much damage in her own right. So both teams really scary. It's going to be interesting to see how those team fights play out. And I feel like these black shields are going to be crucial to the team fights.
For sure, especially with the way that they're set up. You know, you've got Kennen, you've got Nocturne and Orianna coming in, as well as Annie. There's so much magic damage there and so much CC, so the black shield reduction is going to be crucial for whatever target requires it at specific points in the time. But also when you think about it, Olaf, Renekton are fine to go diving deep into the enemy's backlines because they've got this displacement coming out from Gragas. So he can throw the barrel down and they can just bore on through into the enemy's backline and it separates them. And then, you know, they've got Gragas, they've got Lucian, they've got Morgana all ready to deal with the front line. And they can really lock that down with a nice Dark Binding, a bit of Tormented Soil, obviously, to help out. But really the barrels and the body slams are going to control their the front line coming at them. Whereas on the other side, the front line's really going to be controlled by Kennen. And if Gragas sort of explosives casts him out and gets him back far enough away, Kennen's ultimates can be really made useless in this composition. It'll be interesting to see how it comes down. The Gragas ultimates are probably going to be just as key here as the Morgana Black Shields.
Very, very true. Alright, and as we get into loading screen, we have our skin wars. Let us see. I love Blackthorn Morgana. It's such a beautiful skin. I'm kind of glad that they're not using Ghost Bride. It's a really cool skin until she backs, and then it's just a screaming banshee, and it's really, really creepy.
Gonna get creeped out by that. Full skin team! Requiem! Requiem, our victors of the skin war, obviously. Requiem! Well done, guys.
Damn Kennen and Jinx letting us down.
They need to be playing Karthus, that's their real trouble here.
Yeah, yes. So we got the Outback with Necton, Brolaf, probably one of the coolest skins in the game, Santa Gragas, Hide Gun Lucian, Blackthorn Morgana, and we have Turn of Nocturne, Bladecraft, Orianna, Frostfire, Annie. Who do you think deserves a skin?
Who do I think deserves a skin?
Mm-hmm.
Rumble needs a new skin.
I agree, yes.
Rumble's got 2, and the Rumble and the Jungle one is the better of the 2, and it's not even all that great. But I was just going to quickly make a comment. This Santa Gragas skin is really hard to pick up the barrels on. It's really, really hard to pick up the barrels on, actually, because they're actually a little bit smaller, and you can't pick up the explosive radius as much. So just keep an eye on that, and Orianna will probably take a little bit extra damage from that one in the mid lane from not being able to pick them up as easily, but that's an advantage of using that skin in solo queue.
Most definitely. Alright, just give us 1 sec, guys. We're just going to line everyone up to the...
They are lined up.
Not for
Nope,
me.
they're not. Jinx and Annie are the wrong way around.
GG, well played. Alright, there we go. Everyone is lined up. Now, let's just talk about the supports. We've seen a lot of supports now taking that Ancient Coin instead of Relic Shield because of that change last patch or the patch before that, with Relic Shield having that executability on range. That is no longer the case. Range do not get it, and so it's not as beneficial because both of Annie and Morgana are the range. Ancient Coin is a really good pickup. Frostbang, a nice pickup for Annie because she has such a long auto attack range, but both teams are going to want that Shurelier's effect, Bunny Ears Shurelier's, with that Tales of Ascension, so both teams have a really nice speed boost to get into each other's backline, so there's going to be like this massive clash, think epic battle war style clash of get into each other's backlines to fight. So good pickups for both of them. Neither of them picking up a Doran Shield, which is another thing that we also see getting picked up lately. I myself will always go Doran Shield first and then get Ancient Coin on the first pack. No evades coming out for that first level 1. Purple Ward just come down into that river, and Cannon gets an auto attack onto Gragas, but nothing more is going to happen there. A deep ward coming out from blue side there to get vision of the blue. Jinx. Oops.
And Mr. Hippo eats a binding to the face, takes a lot of damage. He's low already. That's going to be a trouble lane phase for them. Zeal manages to pick up the blue buff. Uncontested there, though. Sorry, I was going on about... I was just looking at Annie's build as well. She's picked up 2 wards, so she has no pots, no sustain. And you were just mentioning the Doran Shield start becoming so regular on supports as well in the LCS. It's bot lane, and the way bot lane plays has changed for ages to come.
It certainly has. You don't see that mass ward pickup so much anymore. And he's going to be relying on the regen from the Ancient Coin. It's only 5 health and 3 mana, so going to have to be a little bit careful. It's not that huge, and especially if she gets caught by a binding, that is a 2-second stun for Lucian to just go ham on her, so she's going to have to be really, really careful. Rely on that long range, and hopefully to be able to dodge everything. We do see Nocturne coming up and meeting Olaf in the jungle. They're not quite going to see each other. Not quite going to engage on each other. Olaf just throws a...
Yeah, but no, Olaf spots him out, throws out a nice undertow, just sort of, you're here, I know you're here. Lets the mid lanes know.
It's going to have to be really careful, though.
Oh, Epsto's taking a lot of damage in the bot lane. Eating it, ignite the flash to come out of Krosnix, picks up the first blood, and everyone turns around. And really, that kill sort of snowballed from all the damage they took at the blue buff.
Yep, Krosnick doing a really nice job. Flash binding with that Tormented Soil. Tormented Soil being really, really good for reducing some resistances as well as that ignite as well. Sorry for repetition. Just burning that barrier just wasn't able to sustain through it. So, yeah, like you said, Hippo just taking so much poke early that it really kind of stuffed him a little bit around for laning phase. And there we go, results in the first blood.
Yeah, the flash to come out from both Morgana, Jinx, as well as Jinx burning the barrier as well. So there's a lot of summoners going there. We won't see any flash level 6 immediately from Krosnix. But Gragas going hard in the mid lane, manages to count on umgay.com, but oh, here's Nocturne, he's chasing with the Dustbringer. Doesn't quite get anything on towards, and Zeal is forced to return to base with not a large health pool. That'll mean Zeal will be coming down to cover that mid lane.
Yeah, that was a really nice flash burn on a Zeta there. He's not going to have that. He's going to be relying on Body Slam. And unfortunately, because he is mostly melee, in like not counting the barrel, he's going to really be poked down by Orianna if he's not careful. Although Oriana is getting jumped on by Zeal.
In the top lane, Cannon's getting engaged upon by Renekton, but now here comes the Dustbringer again, doesn't quite connect as Points flashes out of the way of that one. Safe, but in the mid lane, in the meantime, Oriana was managed to be killed off. But in the bot lane, there's an engage as well. Action all over the map. Dark Binding lands, and Annie disengages with the stun to come out from Disintegrate. And yeah, just action all over the map. We saw Oriana go down. Another Binding lands onto Crystal in the bot lane, and Annie's now died as well. 2 kills for Requiem's bot lane over nothing towards that of Guardian Angel. Sorry, there was a lot of action going on in the mid lane, and I missed that one. What did you pick up for me?
In the bot lane there, another beautiful binding coming out, landing on that Annie because she doesn't have anything to sustain herself with. She's relying purely on the regen from that GP5 item. She's just getting poked down so much, and Krosnik is doing so well with these bindings. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Oriana fell down to the ghost Olaf. She didn't have enough mana for her shield. She just got undertowed to death, basically, and didn't have that flash after engaging on Zeta. So, doing really well. Krosnik is just doing so well with these bindings. Hippo is almost down to half health peak again. Have to be really careful as we do see a pause come out. Hopefully they'll fix up the problems in a sec. Kennen up in that top lane has a double Doran's blade. Can't quite get much info on him because of the pause. He does have 11 AP, so he is still running that AP cannon, getting the double Doran's blade to poke down Renekton as much as possible. Renekton did go back and get a Negatron cloak first, but that's not going to help him so much against the auto attack poke. Meanwhile, down in the
Nocturne's shown up in the bot lane in the meantime. Black Shield prevents any damage going on towards Lucian, but here comes the Fear Tether on towards Krosnix. Krosnix eats a lot of damage, and Jinx finally gets a kill back. That's one back for Guardian Angel, who is looking for the kill underneath the turret on towards Synoptic at the same time, but just the disengage from Jinx keeps her alive. Now Zeal's going to find Kuzail in the river, is doing a lot of damage, pops the Ragnarok, so there's going to be no stun available for any. Here comes Nocturne trying to get the tether, but it's all too late. Kuzail's dead. Has Mystery Man killed himself here as well? Oh, the Fear Tether just goes off on towards Zeal. Zeal's looking for the undertow on towards, and there it is, the Nocturne. Now he's going to look to dive Jinx as well. Triple kill. No, doesn't quite land the first undertow. That cooldown isn't going to be refreshed, and that is no kill under the turret there, but still a double kill. Nice turnaround in the bot lane.
Yeah, Annie trying to get that ward into blue buff. They knew when it was spawning because they saw when he took it down, but Zeal was already there, prepared to take that blue. Unfortunately, Annie was below half health. Half health. I keep going to say HP, I'm so sorry guys. And was just able to take them out. Mystery Man didn't have much mana or health to begin with. Couldn't quite contest that blue. That was a little bit cheeky for them to try. So that's what happened there. And blue now being donated over to Zeta on the Gragas.
And great insta-rotation as well, coming out from Requiem straight onto that dragon. But conveniently enough for them, Nocturne was walking out the base, did have the Paranoia. No, sorry, Paranoia was not available. He hasn't leveled it up yet. Okay.
I think there might have been a bit of a misskill there. Oh, there we go.
No, there it is. So he didn't
quite leveled yet.
Okay, so he mightn't have been 6. I was going to say there would have been some no ward coverage in the river, so he wouldn't have been able to paranoia into the pit and then smite that one away either. So it was a fairly safe dragon for Requiem. But let's go back to this top lane. And you mentioned that Renekton's picked up that Negatron cloak, so he's sustained up a little bit more. But earlier we saw both of them burn flashes trying to kill each other. The flashes are almost back available. Both of them have ults. This could be a ganking opportunity coming up in the top lane pretty soon, don't you think?
Yeah, we do see Nocturne in that river there. He is either waiting to get vision on Zeta to jump onto him with the combination of Oriana. Like I said, that ball onto Nocturne with Paranoia and Shockwave combo will be doing a lot. He is still hanging around. He is within range of his ult. Oriana putting a little bit of pressure on him, just trying to take him down a little bit more. Olaf is there though. We might see a double gank.
Oh, action is all about to calm down. They know Mighty Man's there. Zeal finds him with the first undertow. Here comes the fear tether on towards Olaf. Olaf has now been feared up. Body slam, barrel roll doesn't quite connect. Onto Nocturne, and there's the shockwave. The explosive cast does land, and that's enough damage for Olaf to get in there as well. He's still looking for Orianna. There's an undertow for the kill on Orianna. Nice trade there for Requiem, doing all they really needed to. But we're going to rotate to the bot lane, where the Soul Shackles has come out from Morgana. She's put a lot of damage down, and there's Jinx already. Not going to look for the kill on towards Annie as well to back that one up. But a nice trade. 3 kills globally for Requiem right now.
Yep, that was really nice. Annie wasn't quite level 6 yet, so she couldn't ult. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, we might see Renekton. No, he just backs off a little bit there. But mid lane tower has gone down. So basically, what bot lane did, as soon as Morgana hit 6, because Annie had died those 2 times and lost all their experience, they couldn't... She wasn't able to get level 6 before that gank, so...
Oh, and in comes Renekton onto the cannon, and the pause has come out mid-fight as well. We've had a DC, and that's why the pause has come down. But Zeta's looking to barrel roll on towards cannon and get a nice... body slam barrel roll on towards cannon at the moment. It's going to be all helter-skelter when the reconnect comes through and the unpause. Oh, this is going to be exciting, whether he gets away or not. Lightning Rush is 3/4 of the way timed out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm looking at the bot lane, so I can't see top. But we do have Ozune.
About to unpause. Here we go. Is Cannon about to survive? Looking at it. Barrel, body slam. Nope. And paused again.
The suspense. Alright, hopefully.
Alright, so we're just going to wait around for that one to unpause. Still ticking through. But it's going to be exciting up here when everything goes down.
All the action. That Ignite is just over halfway through. It won't kill him unless Gragas is able to land a barrel roll on him. Like you said, explosive cast has been used. Alright, and just about to unpause now.
There it is. They're looking for the kill on towards the JJ. He manages to dodge a lot. All the damage, the Ignite manages to pick up Zeta as well. He dived in a little bit too deep there in the combination of all those pauses and Ignite enough to pick him up. And another pause to come out. Oh, this is exciting. All the pause, unpause. DCs and reconnects from Jinx. So that will be the cause of another pause. But, yeah, anyways, so what do you see happening around the map right now with that mid turret down and the dragon respawning in around 5 minutes or so?
Just looking at CS, we do have Gragas, despite being that melee champion, relying on blue buff and regen to spam out the barrel rolls to get CS. He's doing really well against Orianna. Orianna is known for her long-range AoE poke that is generally pretty good against a Gragas unless you can dodge them. So being that 11 CS up, he's doing very well with that. Not to mention a tower as well. So those ganks being really effective coming out from Zeal. He's just making his pressure known everywhere. Despite having the 2 deaths on Jinx, she's only 9 CS down on Lucian. So also doing really well considering how much of a disadvantage is that. Only about 500 odd gold down as well, which also would contribute from taking that tower and that dragon. So once again, pretty decent for where they are. In the jungle, the only difference between the CS is 7. So, but upon saying that, Olaf is at a really good spot right now, having those 6 kills. So really, like I said, making his presence known everywhere across the map.
Yeah, especially because he fits so well into the current meta. You can run him top, you can run him jungle, and whatever, and you chuck a Civil with him, and he's getting to your carry, and there is no way you can stop that from happening except killing him. So he's such a strong pick at the moment when combined with the right champions around him that it's really going to make life hard here, I feel, for Guardian Angel. as well. So don't forget, guys, you can vote in the chat. Zenerate will throw up the straw poll again for us, I'm sure. Somebody in the chat will throw up the straw poll again for us. Don't forget to vote on who you think will win this series today. Obviously, 4K ahead right now, actually, for Requiem. Do you think that gold leads... What items do you see that one snowballing into?
Well, we already see the finished Unholy Grail coming out on Gragas. We've got that BF sword coming out on Lucian. We already have a finished Spirit of the Ancient Golem on Olaf. And Morgana has picked up that Doran's Ring as well. So she's going to be more of like a mage carry in that bot lane now, rather than just a anti-CC support. Those 3 kills, like, despite taking that away from Lucian, the sharing for assists now, since the Riot change, it's not going to affect Lucian too much. That he wasn't the one to last hit those kills, so helping her do more damage is going to assist them later in the game. She's going to be able to get the gold for, say, a Zhonya's Hourglass, which means she's going to be able to get into the enemy team, use those soul shackles, do damage because she'll have that AP, and it's gonna hurt. So I reckon that's kind of really good because you do have the last hitting from Lucian. He's getting the gold from that, he's getting the gold from CS. Because Morgana's only getting it from the GP10, getting those kills are going to put her ahead, especially ahead of Annie, who is 2 deaths down and almost a full level down. And hang on a sec, let me just look at gold here. She is almost a K down of gold as well, so that's huge.
But right now, that hasn't really translated into any items until Morgana actually gets to go base. She's sitting on that K right now. But when you look at across the map, 1400 Olaf right now in his pocket, 1784 sitting on Renekton. Cannon's sitting on 1800 as well, but he's just in the base. He's about to respawn and pick up an item with that one, which would probably, you would think, would be the Needlessly Large Rod. Give him a lot more poke, a bit more damage. He'll probably be looking for that Zhonya's Hourglass first, do you reckon, Elizabeth?
I think that would be the best idea to go for, especially because you've got the Renekton, you've got the Olaf, and you've got the Lucian that all do the AD damage. You'll want to get that armor as soon as possible, and especially because we see mid-game more, because towers are already starting to go down, mid-game is going to be more when you see the team fights starting to happen. So if you can get that Zhonya's as soon as possible, that will be the best bet for Cannon. And hopefully Morgana will go in that way too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting actually to see where she goes on the board path. I want to follow that one closely. Right now, she's actually picked up herself up a Ruby Crystal for some bonus health. That'll probably go into a Sightstone. I was just sitting here thinking, what's AP Morgana build? But she's not AP Morgana, she's support Morgana, so she'll be going to the Sightstone for that one first. That's what she's focused around. But she's already got a Doran's Ring as well. So there is certainly some AP along that build path, especially if she gets herself... I mean, she's a K ahead now, but if she keeps going and getting further and further ahead, I'm sure she'll just turn into another AP caster. But for the moment, it looks like she's generally going towards the support items, and then if the gold flow continues, that's when we'll see AP.
Yeah, I agree. And we do see, because Annie is behind in gold, she has picked up the Nomad's Medallion, which is the upgrade to Ancient GuAn. The third upgrade, obviously, being that Talisman of Ascension. So she's behind in gold, so trying to make that up by gaining more money from gold looted, and that passive, of course, as well. So it's smart of her to try and bring herself back into the game, because they're probably feeling we're not so comfortable with the laning phase anymore. Morgana is being very, very scary and has proven that it can certainly land the bindings, and just really struggling with that ward control in the bush. We haven't seen much warding coming out from Guardian Angel's blue side. In the strategic bushes, we've seen it come out in the river, in the blue pit itself, but not where Morgana is lurking. So they're going to have to be a little bit more aware of where she is as far as presence is concerned.
Something going down in the chat right now, but we won't be able to tell until for the next 3 minutes. We could be sitting here for the next 3 minutes, but potentially a forfeit could be coming out from Guardian Angels here. Something may have gone down for them, and issues, unfortunately, being an online tournament, they do affect quite significantly. So, interested to see how that goes. I don't know. I was actually keen to see how this one played out. It's only a 4K lead right now, but there's a bot turret still up. Both outer turrets in the side lanes are still up, and they've grabbed the middle ones. They've grabbed a heap of map control, map pressure. I was really interested to see how the roamings and the rotations come out from RQM. I've been following them a little bit lately, and they've certainly been improving. They've picked up Synoptic, I believe, is a new AD carry, and Points I haven't seen play for them before either. But then again, I did miss the games last week, and I'm not sure if they were playing last weekend or not. But I don't know. I was keen to see the rest of the games today. It'll be unfortunate if that is our result. Interested to see how the fights go down. Alyssa, for it all?
Like I said, I was really interested to see that as well. Just like I said, when we first loaded into the game and seeing both supports grab that ancient coin, really hoping that they would rush that Talisman of Ascension, like as team fights started to happen. Just seeing these two teams that are so good at getting into each other's backlines, it's just going to be a major clash of like brute force. So that, with that imagery of mine of like a giant war scene, would have been really, really cool to see. But I think we do have a forfeit.
Yeah, I was about to say, it just comes out in the chat. So the timer has obviously hit it. They forfeited game 1 by the looks of that, and unfortunately that's the way things go sometimes. So that's all happened, and that is the way game 1 finishes, on such a real kind of sour note.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of, I don't know, it had such epic potential, and I just honestly wanted to see a movie made out of these two teams. I'm just like, I just have this war scene in my head, and I was so excited to see it. But unfortunately, computer crashed, and they couldn't get back on, so game 1 forfeited. Hopefully, when we bring the games back to you guys, we could work something else out, and all those issues will be fixed up. So,
I mean, I got really excited for some games today. I even threw on my Teemo hat to cast in. I think this is like the first time I've done that.
No way. I should have been wearing mine. Oh my gosh. That was a really funny story. Because I hosted EB Expo, I had access to about 500 Teemo hats. By the end of it, do you think I got a Teemo hat? No, I'd walk around and people would come up to me and give me like these really sad stories that make me feel really bad that they didn't have Teemo hats, and I was just like, fine, you can have mine. So I don't even have one.
Well, I actually bought mine from a maker on Etsy. I was starting to get a little bit worried that she hadn't sent it out, but she must have received a fair few orders, because it was like 4 or 5 weeks late, I think it was. We were starting to look for her money back, but it came through. And she also makes Teemo shrooms, so with every Teemo hat order, we ended up getting a Teemo shroom as well. So
a Teemo shroom?
I can plant it around my house and annoy my housemates.
Is that like a stress ball kind of shroom or something, or?
No, it's just like a plushie. Just a plushie shroom.
I've never seen one of those. That'd be really cool.
I'll have to look it up and get you the link then. But yeah, no, I can put this around the house and annoy housemates by making them step on it. It doesn't explode and deal damage though, so.
That was cool. I remember when, I think it was Jinx, the online store, they were selling that. And the Blitzcranks hoodie as well. I was very fortunate to get one before they all got sold out and they don't make them anymore. Yes, that was this year, last year, 2013's EB Expo.
So you're gearing up to go to PAX again, I assume. So I haven't heard the dates for EB Expo yet. Has it been announced?
Not yet.
Okay. So I have to organize my time later on in the year to go to conventions, and yeah, because I'm moving to Melbourne later on in the year, so it's kind of like we're trying to organize so I can make it to PAX as well as make it to move down to Melbourne permanently. And if we can kind of move down to Melbourne permanently before PAX, it's like even better. But if we can't, then it's like an extra expense. But I'll be making a long voyage alone, I think, for that one. Won't be joined by the lovely fiance.
Aww, that's sad. But well, you do have until the end of the year to get in there. Hopefully you can have everything sorted by then. PAX Australia is from the 1st of October to the 2nd of November. I will be there, and if all goes right, I'll be cosplaying as Warwick, and it's going to be freaking cool.
Oh, that is going to be amazing.
I have like
who was
all
I
these
thinking about?
ideas.
I would so love to do a Trundle cosplay. Oh, Mafia Graves was the one I really, really wanted to do. I think I'm going to be trying to work on that one.
Oh, that was so cool. Oh my god, it would have been so cool if you'd like proposed to her at PAX. I remember not last year, the year before, I think, there was a Mafia Graves that proposed to his girlfriend on stage, and it was so cute. Oh, the crowd just loved it, and Riot just loved it, and it was just amazing. So that would have been really cool to like recreate that. But anyway, you guys have already proposed, and she's already said yes, so you can't beat that.
I'll have to rip it back off to her again and do it at PAX.
Yeah, just make another spectacle of it. Just ask her if she wants to do that. That'd be fun.
She's sitting here giving me the no face right now. I mean, I think I'm in trouble. Oh, I don't know. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. Who do you guys feel is going to evolve on this patch as solo queue stompers? Like, we talked about who's stronger in the teams. Like, Mondo is so strong in the teams, but I don't feel he's as strong in solo queue. Just personally, and the same with really Shyvana. But I really feel that Wick can sort of dominate after the couple of games that I played with him today. I feel he can dominate a little bit more in solo queue. I've been playing team games like crazy the last few days. We won all 5 of our placement games on the team, and we played another 2 today. And I'm 6-1 with Shen, and I've never played Shen before. So that's who I feel is stronger in the team rank ladder. But who's stronger in solo queue?
I still feel like Kassadin is a complete stomp. If you just get a couple of ganks in from the jungler earlier, he'll just still snowball so hard. Actually, watching LCS today, it was a really interesting pick. Now, I always say, if you're going to play against a Shyvana and just like build for that laning phase, always build magic resist. 2/3 of Shyvana's damage is magic, and people still don't seem to realize this. So in LCS today, and this was really, really smart, they got a Zac top lane. A Zac who we haven't seen for so long. But because of those blobs that give him health back, he was able to rush that Spirit Visage. And because he did that, he was able to mitigate 2/3 of her damage because he had the magic resist, and I really, really liked that.
Well, when you think about it, just being Zac as well, mitigating further, well, you're not actually mitigating, you're just cancelling out trade damage, and that's really, really... Yeah, I could see Zac coming back into the picks again, especially back into that top lane, where you don't build any AP again, whereas, before we were seeing some sort of AP, but straight into that Spirit Visage, especially against the Mondo... Shyvana, because he's so much more disrupty for me. He just sort of fits that, hard engage comp better, but he brings disruption to the table, whereas the other guys just sort of bring, we're just going to fight for forever. Whereas, Zac brings that, but he also brings disruption. So with the nerfs that have come through in this patch, I certainly see a lot more Zac to come out. He can start fights himself. He doesn't sort of need other spells there to really start fights and do well. He can just jump on in, and then everyone can follow up because they're all disrupted. I really, really like the Zac pick, and I have liked Zac ever since he came out.
Yeah, like hopefully we will see him pick up, especially because now Sunfire has been nerfed. It's more like might not see people rush it so readily or so quickly because it doesn't become relevant until around level 15 now with the damage scaling. But he also has that cell division where Shyvana is so good at jumping in under tower, diving, and getting that kill and getting out. Because of cell division, if it doesn't get popped for some other reason, it's a really good safeguard against her just jumping on him like that because there is more things now that you have to kill whilst the tower is beating down on you. So he's quite promising. Maybe we will see him come out more.
Krasnix wants to see Urgot become stronger, but I don't sort of see Urgot becoming strong because the trouble with Urgot and this patch right now is, AD carries sort of aren't doing most of the fighting. Well, actually, no, that could work in his favor. AD carries sort of are really, and this is discussed actually with the AD carries in the LCS, is they feel their role doesn't impact the game as much as it was last season right now, and they're feeling like they've sort of got little to no input. They're just sort of being dived upon, and well, that's the end of you. So there's no, there's the statement right there for right now. Why have a support? Why not just have a double bruiser bot lane and run 3 bruisers across the map plus potentially another one in the jungle and just be stronger that way? That is certainly an argument that is open right now, and I don't feel Riot wants to see it go that way. But, just bear with me. So Urgot could work into that meta, but Kassadin, and it's been banned out in that game, just so damn strong right now.
Yeah, he does need a rework. I will agree with anyone that would say that. The only problem with the double bruiser bot lane is you're then splitting CS. Now, unless one of them is a melee and is able to get the relic shield, you're losing CS on both champions, whereas your opponent, if they stay with the stock standard AD support, the AD is getting all that CS. Should be getting all that CS. So it's a little bit. It worked in season 1. Maybe it can come back again, but Urgot, he doesn't scale with items. He will kill himself if he ults incorrectly. He's just in a bit of a rough spot at the moment. There's just people that do his job better. So I want to see him reworked really badly. It would be good to see him because I remember season 2, beginning of season 2, where like Chaos mained Urgot and it was amazing. So that would be cool to see him come out again.
Yeah, I guess one of the things that's really sort of letting him down right now is the strength of Sivir as well, and how strong she is. And obviously having Spell Shield blocks out a lot of Urgot's combo. And, well, what do you do if you're Urgot and you can't cast Acid Hunters all the time and make them do damage? So he's in a weird place where the one person he could probably lane against due to the range, not having so much of a range deficit, counters him anyway.
Yeah, she does have the boomerang blade, which is really long. Alright guys, we are getting back into Champions Select now. Thank you so much for your patience and waiting around with us and answering our questions in chat as well. We are in the picks and bans phase at the moment. And our first ban coming out from RQM is Evelynn. Once again, really strong ban, especially in the current meta of lack of stealth vision. So, strong ban. We do have a swap out from Guardian Angel, so we have got Christmas trees in instead. Hopefully we have all issues sorted out this time and don't have to have a million pauses.
We're looking into it, right now, and a few of the champions that they play, I don't expect Guardian Angels to let, and they've dropped a ban again, by the look of that, I don't expect them to drop Olaf. I really feel like Requiem won't be getting that one again. Every time I sort of see Zeal, he tends to be on that one. From when I've seen him recently, and he's obviously comfortable with it. And once he gets to that point where he's so tanky that he's just gunning for your carry, and your carry is not going to exist very quickly, what do you do about it? So, banning it is probably one of the better options.
Yep, and we do see that Olaf coming out from Guardian Angel and Nasus as a second ban coming out from Requiem. Dr. Mundo being the third ban, and we have one last ban, Cassidy. So they left that Morgana, which is interesting. I would be curious to see if Requiem's going to pick that up again, or if they just let them pick it up, not care, and go with maybe Ezreal or someone, or Siva as an AD to try and mitigate those dark bindings. So we see the Orianna pick up for Requiem. Not going to go that Gragas again. They were just like, nah, we want to get Orianna this time. We'll show you how it's done. But
yeah,
Jinx.
Sorry, I was just going to say, it's an interesting pickup because, like, last game I mentioned that Requiem do play Orianna, and it's not banned. Gragas is open for their opponents if they want to pick it up and go that way and counter it out that way. But it was the contested pick last time, and we did mention that Guardian Angels could potentially pick up that Orianna to take it away from Requiem. Not so this time. And we're going to see a different mid laner to come out of Guardian Angels, and it looks like it's Syndra.
Yeah, we have that Jinx Syndra pick up bot lane. Syndra known to be the biggest burst mage at the moment. Just that unleashed power, doing so much damage comboed with a DFG. So I'd be curious to see if Orianna goes right. I'm gonna respect the raw damage of Syndra and pick up a barrier, or maybe she'll max her shield first. I'll be watching Orianna to see how she deals with that Syndra. We do see Lee Sin also being hovered over as a potential champion. I'm not quite sure about that one yet, but we do see Jinx locked in for Guardian Angel. Now, this could be they want to take it away from Requiem. They feel that it may not have worked last game, but it doesn't matter. We'll try again and we'll show that we're actually a good Jinx. Or, I don't know, we'll see. But we do see the Vi Lucian pick up on Requiem there as well. So, going with that Lucian again, it worked well for them last time. Why change it? I do like the Vi pickup. We do see Zeal really favoring those kind of bruiser junglers. Olaf could pop that Ragnaros, get straight in there with Ghost. Vi also with a Bolt Breaker, Assault and Battery combo, really getting in there and being that bruiser disrupt. Back on Guardian Angel, we do have Renekton and Annalise pick up. So Renekton did well last game. So they're not going for that Kennen again. They probably thought we might change it up a bit. That Renekton is free. We do like Renekton in the top lane. This is post nerf, so Shyvana has been hit by that nerf in this patch. Renekton untouched. So statistically, with that in mind, I feel Renekton would be in a much stronger place than Shyvana now. So yeah, a really good pickup. Annalise also another really good pickup. So up on Requiem's side, you do see that Urgot being hovered over. I think that's just for everyone's amusement.
No, that's just to make us look good.
Yeah.
I like they're trying to make us look good. This will be interesting, actually, if they're hovering on brand at the moment as well, because it'll probably end up... Ooh. It could go either way. You could see an Orianna support, or you could see a brand support.
No, they've just locked in Zac and Morgana, so I really like Krasnik did so well with Morgana last game. Why not do it again? She, once again, Black Shield being very beneficial against Guardian Angel's team. They did lock in Thresh as Guardian Angel's support, so Black Shield will mitigate the pull from his death sentence, but Thresh can still jump to them. But Flay will be mitigated, Box will be mitigated, Syndra's everything will be mitigated, Chompers will be mitigated. So Black Shield, once again, being very, very strong against everything, pretty much. So, and that bot lane proved to be pretty scary, so another reason why to go that again. So yes, we're just going down, we're almost in our 3-minute delay, so we can talk about summoners then as well. Yeah,
well,
do you have
I can't
anything?
see him at the moment.
Well,
But
we do have a quit, so not quite sure what happened there.
now, Synoptic was 80 carry for RQM last game. What I'm seeing currently is that they weren't actually able to switch Lucian back to Synoptic, so that could be the cause of the break and remake here.
Yeah, Zeta couldn't swap. So we're just going to go into a blind pick, so it'll be done very quickly, and we'll be able to get into game.
Just make sure that, obviously, we need to rejoin in the right order. Tips and tricks for you guys when playing tournaments. Make sure when you join a tournament that you know how to pick, you know how to sit in order. Makes you guys look 10 times as professional. Obviously, you need to enter champion select in the order. Top, jungle, mid, 80 carry, support. Makes you look 10 times better as a team, actually. Certainly makes our job easier too, I think. Eh? Yeah.
Yeah, we're not like needing to fill in time because there's just so much time in between. Yeah, also make sure that you have the right champions, know what your team plays, and make sure you have all those champions so that you can swap easily and everything like that. Blind pick, thankfully, we don't have to go through all the band stages as well, so it'll be very quick once we actually get all the lobby made up. Thanks for sticking around, guys. If you like, let's get the votes up. Let's see, who do you guys think will take this game, not accounting for all the issues that we had last game. This game, hopefully everything's been sorted. We want to know what you guys think. So I think the command for it is vote.
Yeah, so it's just up there now. The straw polls come up. At the moment, we're currently seeing 2 votes Guardian Angels, but 6 votes for Requiem. Currently steps up to 3 votes for Guardian Angels, but it seems like you guys are big Requiem fans. There is reason for a pick order, and it's because you just load up as well. On the left and the right champion bars running down the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the screens, respectively, you order yourself as well. So you'll find Renekton in the top lane versus Zac in the top lane, and they'll both be at the top. Vi versus Lee Sin will be your next if they're your 2 junglers, and then mid lane, 80 carry and supports. And it makes things look so much better when you're trying to watch a game and spectate a higher level game such as this. You get to look at the stats and read them and be able to understand what's going on a lot better. You know whose summoners are up, you know whose ultimates are up, you know everything like that. You know the health bars, what they look like at a glance. You don't have to look at anything. Just makes using the interface so much simpler.
Most definitely, but I'm like OCD as hell, and it's not quite to my liking. I like the junglers being the second from the last because it doesn't go in lane order. So, but that's just me, so I have to adjust it every time. Sorry, guys. Hopefully we'll just get our last person joining the lobby in very shortly, and we'll be able to start it up.
Black Ending's commenting actually in the Twitch chat. Yes, you can drag people around on the bottom side, on the display at the bottom. I forget what the display is called right now, but you can't drag them around on the side of the screen. And that makes things a lot easier as well. At a glance, it makes things easier to read rather than going, oh, okay, where's our laner? Oh, okay, where's our laner on the other side? Now we know what's up. Certainly makes being able to cast things on the fly so much easier. It generally adds to the quality of the cast as well.
Yeah, anything that makes things a little bit easier for us is great because then we can concentrate on more important things.
You notice it. Whenever you're looking at an LCS game, the top lane on the left hand side and the right sidebars are at the top. Jungle, mid. It's just a part of being professional and learning to become a pro team. You have to be entering in the right order, so it makes the lobbies look better. It's just part and parcel of playing to the higher audiences and setting up to those higher orders and things. And some tournaments require that you do enter the lobby in the correct order. Otherwise, you could receive penalties such as ban losses if you refuse to comply. So knowing what you're doing in that sort of situation is also beneficial.
Definitely. And we have got the blind pick up. Everyone is pretty much insta-locking their champions. We're just waiting for 2 more on RQM's side. Once they lock in, it will go down to the countdown, and it won't be too long until we're actually in the game. So once again, thank you guys for sticking around and just like entertaining us in Twitch chat and going back and forth with us as well. So it's really nice getting a community input as well. So thank you again. So everyone now is locked in. 6 seconds until our 3-minute delay, and then we will talk more about spells and such like that. What is everyone's thought on the new flash icon? It's always been yellow, but I don't like how close it is to exhaust and barrier. Coloring. It's just like there's too much yellow. Too much yellow. Why can't there be like a nice green or purple? Oh, I mean teleport's purple and heal's kind of green, but I don't know, orange or something. I would like some variation. Makes it a little bit like if you're just kind of glancing down, and because everyone has flash and their other spells on different keys, I have flash on D, always flash on D.
No, you've got it wrong. F is for flash, D is for damage. Or damage reduction.
The flashes, my friend. The flashes. I don't know. I can't do it because every time I try and have flash on F, I always flash into people by accident by wanting to ignite them. I just can't do it. It's been the way since I started playing the game.
Muscle memory.
Yeah, flash is defense. So that's D for me. I don't know.
Ooh, interesting. All right, so I really like the composition coming out from RQM this game. They've got 2 ball delivery systems. If one fails, they don't, manage to get the ball all the way up to the court and into the back line where it is proceeded to be dunked through the hoop of Thresher's box. But there is also the Morgana ultimate, the Soul Shackles coming in. As soon as you get into a team fight, they're locked up, disrupted, Vi, Zac, Oriana. I'll remember her name when I look at her champion profile. And then you've got Morgana coming in with Soul Shackles. There is so much disruption, so much slow, so much control in these team fights that all Lucian has to do is sit back and be Lucian and spit out damage.
Yeah, really nice range from a culling, Ardent Blaze, and sorry, I just totally forgot. Piercing Light. He can just quite happily stand back, mix his spells with auto attacks, and just, it's really, really nice and easy for him. We do see barrier coming out on Zeta on that Oriana as well. That respect to Syndra damage. I really like that. Just pointing out a disrespect kind of summoner spell choice. Once again, referencing LCS, we saw Pobelter on Ziggs versus Burger King, sorry, on that Zed. Pobelter ran Ignite against a Zed. Now, I feel like that was a bit of a disrespect to not Bjerga himself, but to Zed the champion. I feel like if you're against a high burst assassin or mage, barrier benefits you so much more because, I mean, you can't damage them back unless you survive that burst. So I really like that Oriana. And that also means it gives her a bit more freedom so that she can max attack or dissonance rather than needing that shield. So she'll be able to farm easier and trade easier as well. Yeah.
Alright, so we're getting into the important part of the whole early part of the game. Obviously excluding picks and bans. Picks and bans don't mean nothing these days, nothing. But skin war time, and no skin for Zac. He's not going to be Mr. Purple Blobman. There is a Neon Strikefire, there is a Bladecraft Oriana, Hired Gun Lucian, and Blackthorn Morgana. So, other team Forest Guardian Angel skins. Take it away, listen.
No skin on Syndra, Dragon Fist from Lee Sin, Pool Party Renekton, and that is it. Now, we were talking about who are champions that should get new skins. Somebody, I think it was Zenerate, said Syndra. Now, I would agree with you, but I love Justicar Syndra. Even if they brought out a new skin for her, I would never play it. I love Justicar, so I don't know. I feel like there's probably other people. I'm glad Diana is finally getting another skin. I think she really deserved it as well. Vi got a new skin. Sorry. You don't think?
I don't think Trinimir deserves a new one, but he's getting one anyway.
No.
Yeah, playing against Trinimir again. I'm good, thanks. It's kind of like Nasus. You know that he's there. He's gonna be a pest, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it later on.
Yeah, that's alright. I don't know. There's so many champions that only have the one skin, and it's kind of like Riven's getting another skin as well, of course. And I don't feel like she needed any other skins apart from the Battle Bunny. I have to say, I'm a fan of that one. It was pretty cool. And of course, it's a fan-based skin, so that's also really cool that they incorporated that sort of thing into their art. Now, we are into game, guys, so just bear with me a second once again. OCD, need to make sure everyone's lined up and junglers are second from the bottom because they're not leaning. Alrighty.
Right, okay. So.
Oh, there's
level 1s. If JJ hasn't picked up a skill yet, so he could potentially grab the Ruthless Predator and look for a stun if he gets that bush engage. We do have no skill as well onto Hipster Hippo. Could be a Death Sentence, could be a Flash Flay. We don't really know on that one. But Renekton's certainly been spotted out here. Just tripping over my words today. Level 1, your thoughts, Alyssa?
Christmas Tree hasn't bought anything yet and has just reconnected, so no pauses coming out. They didn't really think that they wanted to do invade, so that's fine. Reconnected, hopefully will buy soon and join us. Alright, cool. So we're not going to see a level 1 invade as of yet, although...
Dark Binding lands on a Hippo in the mid lane in the meantime, and Zeal just says, laugh and point at you again.
That's fine. He does have those biscuits. He does have the ancient coin. He does have natural health regen, so that's going to be fine. It's not enough damage to make him need to base. But they do now know that Lee Sin is at blue, so they're going to be able to get that timer for the blue. Zac will have knowledge that that Lee Sin will be in that top jungle area at around roughly 3 minutes, so he'll know that he needs to ward and maybe expect a gank. So that's crucial knowledge in that aspect as a top laner, to need to know that sort of stuff. There is a double ward in that river there, so both of them kind of maybe expecting a level 1 invade, but not going to happen. They're not 100% sure that Vi started in red. They knew that bot lane was kind of hovering around that area, so that's kind of a little bit more information for Renekton, that it's a quite strong possibility that Vi started red, so he also will want to be watching that 3 minute mark for the jungle ganks. Bot lane, on the other hand, can feel somewhat confident that there aren't going to be any jungle pressure at that stage, so they can be a little bit more safe and not necessarily need to worry about warding as of yet.
But Zeal, now he's picked up that red buff, so has J Mystery Man. Mystery Man? I can't. Is that Mystery Man or is that JVI
Mystery Man? We do see Vi in the top lane though.
Vi is coming to the top lane, certainly with the Vault Breaker. She's now there. Renekton is ignited, but nice flash to get himself enough distance so that he's away. Mystery Man's gonna look for something. No, he's just gonna go and take the double golems.
Yeah, getting pinged out quite incessantly there in that mid lane. He's just backed out. That was a really nice flash coming out of Renekton there, making those stretching strikes miss so he didn't get slowed. You don't want red buff Vi on your face because she will do a lot of damage. In the bot lane though, we do see Krosnik and Synoptic getting pushed back to the tower. Now we didn't see that last game. This Thresh being a lot more scary than that Annie.
I get the feeling this is actually due to the level advantage. That Guardian Angels might have pushed up the lane just a little bit and made sure they got level 2 first this time. That might have been their priority.
Yeah, it's very, very good point. Dark Binding just missing, the blade does come out.
Oh, the death sentence has landed on the Krosniks though. But there's a black shield there, otherwise we probably would have seen a hard engage. Health bars are at that point. Yeah, Vi, here it comes. RQM have called it. Get ready for the Dark Binding. Where's it gonna go? The Flash Dark Binding finds Christmas trees. Flash Vault Breaker does enough as well, and there's a first blood. Zeal picks himself up, kills again. He is already 1-0 after last game being 6-0 before the forfeit.
Mystery Man is down there as well. They're gonna have to be a little bit careful. Lee Sin, even though he's only level 4 and there's 2 of them, can still do a bit of damage.
Dark Binding catches Mystery Man. A lot of damage thrown out onto him, but Dark Passage, more than enough distance between him and his opponents right now.
In the mid lane as well.
Oh, another gank from Zeal. It's action everywhere at the moment. I'm gay.com. One more auto attack from Vi would have popped off the denting blows, done more than enough damage to deal with her, actually. So she needed to be very careful. Lucky flash from her got it out. Sorry, not get lucky flash. Perfect timing on the flash. It would be the correct way to say that one. Gets her out of there. But a lot of action already, Lissa.
Yep. Zeal doing, once again, like what he did with Olaf, a lot of pressure everywhere. He is an early ganker. He is aggressive, but he knows when to back off. He didn't die to towers last game. He pushed towers last game. He got those kills. He was 6-0-0, doing very, very good as that aggressive jungler. Now, unfortunately, we do have a DC. We might have a pause come out shortly.
Oh, we're in blind pick mode, so unfortunately...
Oh, there are no pauses. Ooh. Okay, well, never mind. Hopefully, Jinx will come back shortly. They won't have too much of an issue there. But I just want to talk about that bot lane gank. Because of that change to Chompers, even though Vi Vault Breaked over them, she still got snared. That was pretty cool. Unfortunately, Jinx wasn't able to put enough distance between her and Vi. I don't think she was expecting Vi to actually be able to get into her face like that, despite the Chompers being there. So, Zeal playing that really, really smart. Jinx is back in the game, so that's fine. Didn't lose out on too much. Unfortunately, because it is blind pick, there are no pauses, like you stated. So, gonna hopefully Guardian Angel won't have too many issues.
It doesn't seem to be affecting them much. It was only a couple of seconds. Like they only missed 2 or 3 creeps, so it's not huge. Dark Binding again to come out of Krosniks. Doesn't quite find Hipster Hippo this time. A lot of damage on both sides here. At any stage, a gank could come down and there will be a death. Because of the damage, because of the CC, because of everything going on.
We do see Zeal very aggressively taking that blue. Not quite gonna... Might stick around for the smite.
But in time, but Zeta's wrapping around as well. MK.com finds him, gets the stun off, and there's the toss of the orb for a little bit of a slow. Mystery Man doesn't quite find the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike, but Zeal has managed to grab that blue buff away, so there will be no Syndra blue buff. She'll be having to deal with whatever mana she has at the moment. But 4 members were there, 4 members were looking for a fight. It certainly seems like both of these teams aren't waiting around. They want to fight.
Yeah, Lee Sin is hiding in that tri-brush. Gonna clear out the white, wait for Requiem to push out to that tower so he can get a much easier time trying to engage. Fortunately, we do have another DC on Thresh now. And once again, we can't pause it, so it's a little bit unfortunate. Luckily, Lee Sin is here to give Christmas Tree a little bit of breathing space to last hit under the tower. Up in this top lane, though, it's just kind of been a little bit of back and forth. We've only seen a little bit of excitement when Vi came up there to gank, but Vi being very cheeky, knowing that Lee Sin was down in that bot lane, protecting that tower, going to take away that red buff. That's going to hurt Lee Sin a bit. It's going to put him further behind in the levels, and Lee Sin without that red buff. Meanwhile, down in bot lane,
Lane. Oh, a lot of damage comes out towards Christmas Trees. Obviously, somebody found a Dark Binding on towards him, but weren't able to just quite kill him. He's forced to base now, obviously being in that 1v2 whilst Thresh is DC'd isn't helping him out in the slightest.
no, and that pink ward in the mid there in the river, spotting out Syndra and Lee Sin rotating down to red. Vi has already taken it, is now ganking the top lane.
But Vi's coming to the top lane with the Assault and Battery. There's also Let's Bounce coming out from points, and he flashes for another stretching strike to ensure that he picks up that kill. Still had Cell Division available as well. Renekton wasn't quite able to get rid of that one before Zeal showed up in that top lane.
Yeah, really well played there. Burning the Ignite and the Flash and the Ultimate all from the JJ there. I really hope this Thresh will come back soon because poor Christmas Tree is just being abused. They are taking this advantage of being a 2v1 lane, and because bot lane wasn't affected by the turret changes, in the patch 4.1, the most recent one that's come out, turrets in the top and the mid lane have both been changed so that they have more resistances to the 2v1 push. They have more defense and they take 20 less basic damage from champions. So top and mid lane pretty safe from that. Unfortunately, bot lane still very vulnerable, so Jinx doesn't have much protection against the constant push. Thresh is back now, so hopefully we can see them kind of come back a little bit, and he still level 5. Hopefully we'll get catch back up in levels soon if he's gone into the support tree.
Zeta's
in the meantime,
getting ganked in the mid lane. Mystery Man finds that ward jump in behind him, takes a lot of damage before he can actually get onto Zeta, and indeed doesn't end up actually getting on top of Zeta at any stage, but here comes the Command Dissonance, doing a lot of damage to MK.com, gets stunned up. Zeta's now in a lot of trouble, kicked back towards the turret, is forced to flash away. MK.com has burned his flash already, can't get back in. Mystery Man's eating a lot of damage, he's gonna have to be really careful right now, but there it is, the Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike to try to kill back, but Zeal is now coming for him in the jungle. Vault Breaker doesn't quite get through the wall, and that will probably be the end of that chapter.
still looking for him in the jungle, but that ward in red gives Mystery Man that vision that...
In the meantime, there's engage in bot lane as well. A Dark Binding has found its way on towards Hipster Hippo, and damage abounds on towards him and just takes him straight out. Another Dark Binding comes out, finds Christmas Trees, eating a lot of damage coming out from Lucian, dives heavily underneath the turret, and is able to take that one up for long enough to do enough damage to get rid of Jinx as well. Already a 4-1 kill advantage, Requiem.
Yeah, that Light Slinger doing a rude amount of damage comboed with having a BS sword already. That's just very, very rude. They're just taking all the advantages they can. Yeah, and up in the top lane work being done on this top lane tower as well. It is past the 5-minute mark, so the resistances are starting to drop down. It's not quite as strong as it was at the beginning of the game. But Yeah, just action everywhere. They're just taking all these advantages, and it's not, they're not trying to be like bad mannered about these DCs. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it because blind pick, once again, sorry for repetition, but because of the blind pick they can't pause, so it's just you might as well just play it and just deal with it as best you can and like just accept that this is happening. Dragon was being pinged out. That pink ward is still in that river. Guardian Angel haven't seen it yet. Ward spotting out Zeal there, but they're just going to take down that mid tower instead. And maybe then rotate to blue buff. We might see. Nope, Zac is up in that lane though. He is free to take down the tower even more. Quite possibly even take it down, but we might see an invade over blue.
Blue's
Or
certainly
actually in Dragon.
stolen away right now, but Drag is on offer for Requiem. They're looking at it. All the damage comes out of pit. It's too late. Dragon is gone already, and there's the dissonance. Hippo is just dropped extremely low. Finally manages to go down to Morgana, but Guardian Angel can do nothing but try and get out of that fight. Zeta has no mana whatsoever, so there'll be no more shields, no more damage to come out from him if they were to re-engage, but there's just not the health bars right now for Guardian Angels.
Yeah, Mystery Man tried to do a good thing by Dragon Rage kicking Crux out of tether range for the ultimate, but couldn't quite get it off Hipster Hippo on that Thresh. So unfortunately, Thresh went down to the tether damage on the Soul Shackle. And that was all she wrote for that fight, picking up a pretty easy dragon. Now we won't see that spawn again for another 6 minutes. So we can most likely see them getting ready for that around again in 6 minutes. A lot of vision coming out from Requiem as well. That bottom side of the map really lit up in the river. Meanwhile though, up in top lane, we might see a dive onto the JJ with that Morgana being up there.
Yeah, Krosnix has rotated up here. It's certainly... Oh, there's the Dark Binding he needed! Points just gets the stretching strike out for a little bit of harass, and Vijay is burning spells like crazy, trying to clear the creep off, sustain himself up. Lee Sin is in the area, but in the meantime, in the bot lane, Christmas Trees takes a lot of damage, manages to live with the smallest sliver of the health bar. Doing a lot of damage right now is Synoptic, but here it comes, another Dark Binding in the top lane lands on a Vijay. Ignite is ticking on him, he still has Dominus available, but he's gonna get himself out of there before anything goes down. A free top turret, Requiem.
Yeah, that was probably a smart idea since Vi was also rotating out there as well. Soul Shackles was available, so was Black Shield. Even if he did Dominus, he couldn't go as aggressive because Ruthless Predator with that stun would just be mitigated by Black Shield. Thresh Flash Flaying at Lucian unfortunately does miss. But
there's Death Sentence as well, but Jinx is nowhere near in the picture. There'll be no way she's helping out. This is a Thresh versus Lucian fight, and
in the top lane,
disengaged, but it's all going down up top. Lee Sin has already died. Soul Shackles gets on towards Vijay, and that's all she wrote for him. All the damage comes out. Finally, the Unleashed Power comes on towards Krosnix, but Krosnix walks out with a sliver of health. Enough of a fight right here for Requiem to just brutalize and brute force their way under this turret.
Yep, that might be the second top tower going down to Requiem. They are just being ruthless in their pushing. They're not letting Guardian Angel catch up at all. Now, we were talking about Spirit Visage versus Sunfire pickups, and also the Spirit Visage pickup on Zac. Now, he has gone and picked up that Sunfire cape first. Now, that would be because he wants to mitigate the damage coming out from Renekton. He is AD, of course. But also, Zac, he has that AoE ability, like he has a couple of AoE abilities, but they're not high damaging. They're not able to clear very quickly, so having the Sunfire Cape will help him push and clear quick as well. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we might see an engage, maybe.
Oh, Zeta's doing a lot of damage already towards Syndra. Zeal is around the corner and over the wall, hasn't been spotted out by any wards. All the vision control in this area is in Requiem's favor. What are they looking for? Mystery Man is walking around the side. They're both just sort of standing at each other. All standoffish. Zac is now rotated into the bot lane. Christmas Cheese lands a nice zap on towards Synoptic, and they now know that Zac is down there. A lot of action right about to go down. 4 members throw down. 5 members for Requiem. What's about to unfold? Here it comes. Death Sentence doesn't land for Hipster Hippo. If he dived in there, that would have been Death Sentence. Renekton's a long way away in the top lane, so this will be 4v5. Dark Binding finds Syndra. Nothing to go back on towards that one. Points is sort of looking here. Should he engage? Hasn't charged up the Elastic Slingshot just yet. Just disengaging it and poking around underneath this turret, Lucifer.
Yeah, we do see the Sonic Wave does land onto Synoptic there. Zeta looking to try and poke from the side lane, trying to...
Death Sentence finds Zeta, all the damage, but there it is, the 4-man Shockwave, and that is the end of 3 people straight away. Christmas Tree's not long for this world, eating damage left, right, and center. Clean team fight, 4 vs 5, just deletes and destroys Guardian Angel's hopes right there.
Yeah, that was really well played. Zeta flashing out of range of that tower to avoid that last hit, using the barrier, using her shield to mitigate and prevent her death to tower. Beautiful shockwave combo with the Let's Bounce. So much disruption. Guardian Angel couldn't really find an answer for it, and because the JJ is still up in that top lane, just kind of freezing the lane, trying to farm up, become tanky like they need.
Well, in the meantime, Zeta oversteps the bounds, and by the looks of things, that would have been a giant, super damagey, high, bursty death rocket. But the re-engage to come out from Requiem, all the damage Hipster Hipsto's already gone. So is now Lee Sin. He's out of the fight. Cinder is being chased down 4 vs 1 right now. What's about to happen? She's probably going to die here. Dark Binding doesn't land. She's probably looking for the suicide. Stretching. Oh, she looks to turn the damage back around on the Synoptic, but not quite enough coming from the Unleashed power. In the meantime, Christmas Trees is fighting Zeal. Does he quite have the damage? Yes, he does! He picks up a return kill back on towards Vi, and that's the end of that chapter for sure. But blue team, Requiem, about to take themselves another dragon.
Yep, we do have Zac just able to tank that up. He is innately tanky himself, being able to pick up those blows, get the health back, and just tank it out really quickly. Christmas Tree played that very, very well. Put the chompers right in front of him, so by just ran straight over them. She couldn't Volt Breaker over it safely or anything, so just keeping Vi at just that little bit of a range where he couldn't quite get in there, couldn't quite get those excessive force and denting blows off, and playing it really well, and of course got very excited and ran away.
Oh, Death Sentence finds Synoptic, throws back the Dark Passage, and a lot of damage coming on towards Synoptic right now. He's eating it for days. Jinx manages to pick up a little bit more gold. Another shutdown kill for her. Morgana drops a ward over the wall, but she's not going to engage. Lee Sin's taking red buff right now. Another buff for him. It'd be good to see them start taking their turrets and map back.
Yeah, just being able to secure those kind of things. But once again, Christmas Tree playing that really, really well. Putting those chompers down so it couldn't get that relentless pursuit.
But Christmas Tree is not done. He's dueling Krosnix right now on the bot lane. Zap comes out. Krosnix had the black shield on, but flashes in the meantime. Lee Sin has been dived on and just obliterated by Orianna Zac. And now I'mGay.com eats all the damage, flashes over the wall to get after Zeta, but Zeta doesn't eat quite enough damage, and he gets out of there with a health bar. But I'mGay.com, no health bar for you.
No, that was a really quick barrier shield to prevent all that.
In the meantime, bot lane, Christmas Trees is fighting Krosnix. Managed to eat the Soul Shackles. All Morgana's damage is now gone, and the Super Mega Death Rocket is the death of Morgana. Zeal doesn't quite find the Vault Breaker he was looking for. Christmas Trees is tanking it up, but he hasn't got quite enough damage to deal with that full health bar of Zeal. And 1-4-1 in the bot lane.
That 501 gold shutdown. It was really well played. Christmas Tree is doing very well in this Jinx, despite being behind in the early game because of DCs, unfortunately. Those 2v1 bot lane. Coming back and showing that he has really good
I'mGay.com is
mechanics.
engaged upon Zeta in the mid lane, and Thresh has shown his face as well. Can he get the Death Sentence? Eats half his health and damage from one combo from Orianna. Manages to find her. The Dark Passage over the wall gets everyone in. He still dies from the damage coming out from Zeta. And Lucian's here with the culling. No one to die from Requiem. Everyone's still alive. That health bar from Zeta. 0 for 2 trade in favor of Requiem.
Just getting completely outplayed. I'mGay.com must be getting so frustrated. It's like every time. So very, very close. But Requiem are just rotating so nicely that they're just everywhere that they need to be. So now they've got themselves another mid tower. Unfortunately, Renekton is still DC'd, and there is a surrender vote that came out.
Yeah, that's game. All the engage goes back on towards... Was it Vi? It was Vi, but...